Hell yeah. Perfect crimes have their rules. Rule number 1. No witnesses. Failing here is like forfeiting the game from the start. Rule 2. No evidence. To be more precise, no uncalculated evidence. As long as one is aware of the evidence that will be found, one can prepare ahead. Rule 3. The plan must be foolproof, even against unknown factors. If coincidence can lead to an uncalculated event, witnesses or evidence will be created. Addenda. An alibi is always helpful, though not always possible. Proving an alibi to be fake will result in suspicion on the one who faked it. Therefore, the lack of an alibi cannot always be helped. It is a small risk compared to faking one. As long as I keep those 3 basic rules in mind, the plan should succeed. Everything is perfect. Nobody is going to figure this out. Oh shit. Blame yourself, it's your own fault. But I couldn't let you stay alive. He dared to take what rightfully belonged to me. He deserved to die. And now, fall. Up to There, he's coming. Oh. Oh no. Oh no. Well, that was awkward. Let's play a different Blackrune fan case. Curiosity of a Turnabout. Keep in mind that potential is our most important asset, Linus. A more futuristic take. Without a higher place to reach for, our existence amounts to very little. Very futuristic. And that's about all I really know about it. I'm not going to change my mind, Doctor. I told you why I'm not going to use it. There's even the tiniest chance. My daughter told me about an interesting old saying. No risk, no reward. How fitting. See where taking risks like that has led our ancestors. Can you really still say they're risks worth taking? Damn. Made it? What a joke. So many people died. If I hadn't hesitated, if I hadn't stuck to that. Doctor. I'll make sure to at least keep your promise. Three months later. Well, something awful happened. Oh, this is pretty. Linus Sky's house. Study. Someone went missing? That hasn't happened in a while. Police are likely to have a busy day. Hey, Linus, do you know what time it is? Time for more of those poses nobody understands. Hey, yeah! In other words, my time! I don't think so, Ray. Impossible! Could his power level be high enough to... I need to do something about this girl ruining all of my mornings with that excess energy. Oh, I like her already. It's been 3 months since that incident. Things have returned to normal, is what I'd have loved to say. Actually, a lot of bizarre stuff has happened following that catastrophe. As I'd promised, I'm now taking care of Mr. Ference's daughter. She is quite something. Oh, that face! Oh my god. I'm not sure if it's a failure as a parent on my part. I've never had to do it before, but when I picked her up, she didn't even seem shocked or sad about her father's death. She was off in her own world. Her spell is probably the cause of that. It allowed her to distract herself. Now she's running around using what I presume to be antique mannerisms. Me, I've been doing fine. Back to conducting experiments. Now that I'm able to use my spell again, there's been some decent progress. Of course, as I am saying this, things were about to majorly derail once again. Oh, hey, heck yeah. Hey, what are you reading there? Couldn't you use your spell to figure it out? Baka! I'd need the number of the newspaper for that. Oh, I knew that, of course. So the all-embracing grimoire can't even let you read the daily newspaper. Hashtag rude! I could read every written document ever. Provided you know the name. Come to think of it, how do you know the names of whatever it is you're wasting all day reading? Did you hear that guy? He can't even see this much. I suppose the power of a guest detective is beyond today's mortals. I knew that much as well. There's no way anyone will keep actual records of the stuff you turn up. Huh? There was something stuck between the pages. What is this? This is a letter. Just a letter. Actually, no. That's seal. It's the seal of the Great Guardian. The Great Guardian? Well, I probably shouldn't ignore the correspondence of our most important citizen. Let's see what he has to say. Oh, shocking. Interesting. You already took a look just now, didn't you? The fact that she could just guess the name of the document she wants to peruse is quite handy. An elementary deduction from the champion, my dear Watson. You basically just tried something like Letter from the Great Guardian to light the sky, no? I'm starting to see the pattern here. This specimen has quite predictable behavior. Did you hear that? He called me a specimen! Small words from a small being, trying to attack what it doesn't understand. Oh, I feel dunked on. Yeah, I should probably take a look at how parenting works. This can't be normal teenage girl behavior, can it? We live in a world with strange variable parameters. Well, allow me to read the shocking letter myself. A murder case? That's odd. Odd? Is it like just another murder? Oh my god, I'm not sure where you got your info from, but crimes like these are very uncommon these days. Considering our situation, who's guarding the town, this really shouldn't come as a surprise. What are you explaining that for? We don't have time to waste. Get on the case, detective. Detective? Me? Nah, looks like most of it is still supposed to be left to the police. However, the Great Guardian wants me to act as an attorney for the accused or something. They must be special circumstances. Attorney? Yeah, we don't really have any real attorneys around anymore. Guess that's why he's coming to me with this. Wait, we don't... But why? Attorneys are awesome! Well, it's because of the prosecutor. That evil prosecutor that killed every defense attorney in town? No, not quite. First of all, it's not a prosecutor. He's the only one we have. That's because the Great Guardian simply doesn't need anybody else. In fact, he's so good that trials are... trials are generally considered pointless. Trials? Pointless? Objection. So he didn't really kill the defense attorneys. Only in an abstract sort of sense. He metaphorically killed them. They just quit their job on their own after realizing there's no point. All of them. That's still concerning, but... what is this prosecutor's power level? Anyway, looks like now there's a special situation. For some reason I've been called on to get to the bottom of this. suppose my contribution in that incident has made my reputation go up somewhat. I have no real idea of what an attorney is supposed to do. Well, since it's from the Great Guardian, I should probably get around to it. No worries, I know exactly what attorneys are supposed to do. Found the attorney handbook or something? Really? So you didn't just read useless stuff after all? That's right, I know exactly what it takes to be an ace attorney. You read the Ace Attorney manga. First of all, you need a female sidekick. Don't worry, I'll fill that role. Yep, you totally did. I'm already doubting your sources. And now, it's time to investigate. I'm pretty sure attorneys aren't supposed to do that. On the other hand, the letter mentioned I'm allowed to join the expedition to the crime scene. Why expedition anyway? It's outside the walls, so it's a little dangerous. Oh. After all, we could run into some of them. Oh. Of all the places for a murder to happen, outside the walls. Guessing the missing person mentioned in the newspaper must have been them. Shouldn't we meet the defendant first? Well, the expedition won't wait for us. I'm sure they'll fill us in sufficiently and let us talk to them later. I gotcha! It's crime scene time then. The fact that I'll have to put up with this the entire day scares me already. I can feel it. This is going to be a fantastic day. Well, time to wrap up my morning and get on the job. I don't want anyone to say I don't take my assignments seriously. Okay, we got a bunch of profiles. I should head to the police headquarters. They'll hopefully know how to prepare me for this. Okay, wow. Alright, let's take a look at all this stuff first. Today's newspaper. Oh wow. Missing GF member! Rumor has it the high-ranking GF member did not show up for duty today. Guardian Force? Station seemed currently underway, but the police refused to make any statements on the matter. I don't want to speculate, having consulted an expert who wished to remain anonymous due to a so-called organization. Ah, yes, it's obvious, isn't it? The aliens must have taken him away. That's the normal explanation. Oh, concerning. Wall as good as new! After an arduous amount of work, the broken parts of the wall have finally been repaired and are barely noticeable. The destroyed houses will still take a while to rebuild, but nearby residents are relieved. I'm finally able to sleep at night again, as one elderly lady put it. Responses are mixed, however, as some still criticize the administration for allowing such a disaster to happen in the first place. And now homeless man resentfully stated, "They dared to take what rightfully belonged to me," to our paper. The emphasis of the words is ours. To show how we feel about this poor man who was forced out of his home by us, the government. There is clearly an expectation for actions to ensure such a tragedy as the one that happened 3 months ago cannot repeat itself. Thief caught! After 3 months of mysterious thefts of dry ice, the thief seems to finally have been caught. The dry ice, which is very useful for cold cooling and preservation due to its low temperature, had been continuously lifted from the company's storage space despite efforts to increase security. Regardless of the measures taken, the culprits seem to be able to seemingly just walk through walls. Daily theft stopped yesterday. Today a man called Blaze at... Oh no. Oh, sorry, it was me indeed. The great mystery thief, Vel de Voile, is me. Able to find an opponent that can match my genius. I unveil the truth myself. Look at me, the tragic jester. Vel de Voile is the name previously given to the thief, as he had been concealing his face with rubber masks of several different people. It is still unclear how he could have stolen the ice. It appears we'll have to wait for the police to finish their interrogation. Oh, it's good that the culprit was caught, said Luna Knight, owner of the company. She stated that she was not too upset overall, as her spell allowed her to produce new dry ice at will whenever she needed it anyway. She's in on it. 3 years since the Jack killings. As of today, it has been 3 years since the infamous Jack incident. 400 people died meaninglessly after stepping into the killer's view. Oh. Was he a maniac, or just an unfortunate victim of his spell? That experts have deduced that he was unable to not kill anyone that stepped into his view by the time of his rampage. Others insist that the development of his spell was due to his maniacal nature. In either case, it is without question he had to be held accountable in the interest of the town's safety.
I say lock 'em all up,
a citizen commented.
Already got enough trouble with them getting through the wall, don't we? Can't afford people with dangerous spells to go out of control. If the police have any clue what he's doing, he should make sure proper citizens like us stay safe. Preferably before another disaster.
Aye, so let's be here. Real here.
Jack was a messenger of the vampire.
There isn't much the Great Guardian can do about it.
He's powerless, and the GF are all corrupt, only care about the rich. Eat the rich.
The dissatisfaction with the administration's current policy seems to be growing. And now we finish with the weather. After the unexpected rainy mess early yesterday evening, things are looking sunny for today. The upside, of course, is that the storm washed our streets completely clean. Absolutely sparkling. If I had known this, I would have brought my dirty laundry outside. Our experts predict a warm, sunny climate for today and tomorrow. Go out and take a walk with your children while it lasts. Today's article is written by Lightning S. Brushel. Thank you, Lightning Brushel. Here is, spell. Oh, okay. Linus Sky. Me. I'm a scientist, I suppose. Oh, they have our spells. That's interesting. Spell Pro can combine any two things into something new. Spell Con. Only one combination can exist at a time. If something new is combined, the previous one splits up again. The combination has to make at least a certain degree of sense in the user's head, or it will fail. A good rule of thumb is that if I cannot even imagine a possible result, it won't work. Interesting. Here's Ray, Ference. The Grimoire. My deceased colleague's daughter. I'm supposed to take care of her now. Peruse any document that exists, or used to exist. Needs to know the name of the document in order to access the information. Untitled documents will have a predictable default name, mostly depending on purpose and author. That's really handy. That is really handy. Deef Ference. Lovely looking man. Ray's father, good friend of mine. Died in the incident. Some kind of invasion, breach of the walls. Spell Pro can change any object into a different object. Spell Con, inanimate objects only for 5 minutes. The new object needs to have equal to... This is really interesting so far. Intriguing. Okay. We can... Tell us about yourself. Such dank! Very beam! What'd I tell you about using ancient vocabulary? I mean, nobody understands what these even mean anymore, anyway. Why do it? Linus, you don't understand. I'm their last bastion. I'm keeping the legacy of those ancient cultures alive. They live on solely through me. Even if hashtag nobody gets it, I remember. The North remembers. And another non sequitur. Should I be concerned or amazed? Good, excellent, wonderful. What? Trying to present random stuff to me. Not bad, rookie. You're starting to grasp the essence of the job. I was just... Never mind. Oh, God. Okay. Nothing else to say. Let's just chat. What now? So what now? Seriously? You already forgot? Hashtag noob. There's a crime scene waiting for us. Oh, right. Any ideas? Any ideas yet? I figured out that the mastermind is the flashlight. I had no clue on the murder yet, though. I'm not sure why I even tried asking. Because we could. Linus, because we could. Ooh, can we examine our study? So what are you trying to figure out here, anyway? How to put this into words Ray will understand. Well, this is about trying to make a thing do a thing. And how that affects other things relative to it. Linus, I'm no noob. Bring it! Well, if you insist. trying to fine-tune a device that helps me convert gravity into information.
What?
Well, you know how you know where the ground is. This is due to gravity affecting a sensory organ. Seems easy enough to me. Why are you even researching this? Just drop a pencil. Probably not worth trying to explain why that wouldn't do. Sure would love to find something relevant to this case in my own house. Blackrune, why are you calling me out like this? Okay, we can go to the laboratory. My lab. Normally I just go to work here. Guess I still got here by force of habit today. Where you looking? We need to get on the case. Right. Later, dear lab. Oh, we can't actually talk to anyone. We can examine the lab. Linus, just what is this ominous device anyway? Looks like some kind of brain preservation tank. Surprised you identified its purpose. What? This is actually something like that? Well, yes. In theory, your brain should be able to be preserved within this very container. Problem is getting the brain inside the tank, of course. I'm still considering how that could be safely done without, well, killing the person in the process. Doing it with my spell is obviously too risky. Combine brain with tank. Alright, you're clearly making this up. Don't think you can fool us. It's obvious this is actually a transformer. That doesn't sound any more plausible. Okay, anything else in here? It's my lab. Sadly, I don't have time to lab right now. Okay. Linus, this substance looks suspiciously like blood. Yes. Yes, it does. I think you owe us an explanation. This is, well, artificial blood. You know, like real blood, except I made it. Whoa, you sure you're not a vampire, Ned? As I just said, this wasn't taken from any human or anything. Sadly, it's rather tedious to produce, and human bodies would most likely still reject it, which makes it useless as a replacement for blood transfusions. Donate it to vampires. I guess I lost her at blood. She's in full vampire mode. Oh, spare parts. You'd be careful not to damage these. I'm taking these. They're too heavy for you. No chance. I'll be back after an 8-hour grinding session. Just you wait. Ah. Lovely. Back to the study. Police headquarters. Oh. This looks nice. Awesome! What a huge building! So this is where the murder took place. Investigating this is going to be quite the task. No, this is not the crime scene. The murder happening here would be pretty bad, in fact. Make the police force look completely incompetent. Competent police? First time I've heard of anything like that. They could even stop a murder in the chief's office. Hashtag true story. There's no way something like that ever happened. Ironic considering your last name is Scott. Hey, Linus, over here. Quick on the job like always, aren't ya? Oh. Well, the deadline is tomorrow. I kinda have to, don't I? True. Don't pretend this doesn't interest you. You're always in the periphery when something curious like this happens. Who's this? Adrian Descree. Detective. Probably the one in charge of this thing. I like him already. You brought the kid? Don't tell me you intend to bring her along to a crime scene. She insisted. Don't worry. She might be annoying, but probably won't cause any trouble. Besides, your spell might be useful for looking up some things. Well, if you say so. How's that parenting going? It's going swimmingly. Ha! That silence tells me everything. Guess I can't trick a cop. Wasn't difficult to guess. They're hard to handle at this age. Good luck. Real tragedy what happened to her old man. Wouldn't wish that on anyone. How's the progress on that incident? Nothing. Afraid we're stuck. It's obvious some kind of spell caused it, but frankly, it's hard enough to imagine some bastard would intentionally endanger the entire town. But that's not what we're here for today. Right. Well, I've got permission to share all the info I got with you. I'll go ahead and ask then. Police department's head detective doesn't seem to have a spell. At least as far as I can tell. What do you think about Ray? Pretty sure presenting random stuffed people is not part of this job description, right? What do you think about you? So how are you? Seen better days. This murder is no common business. We already had our hands full. Seriously, why did everyone suddenly decide to become a criminal? Considering what happened 3 months ago, yeah, probably the worst year of his life. We can catch up later. Let's focus on getting out there first. Yes, sir. It's a pretty nice building. Okay. Talk. What about the trial? So what's the deal with this trial? I'm not entirely sure myself. Looks like good old Guardian isn't quite satisfied with what's been turned up so far. Curious. I thought he's leaving all that work to our prosecutor. If you want my take, pretty sure it's because of the suspect. Defendant, huh? I'd be best to ask about that later. Well, it could also have to do with the fact that the last incident is unresolved. That one kinda went nowhere because of a lack of suspects, no? Can't do much when you've got nobody to suspect. Yeah, simply found nobody that could have done it. Now rumors have spread about how someone from outside is responsible. Outside? That seems rather far-fetched. Whoever it was definitely used some sort of spell. It was done by a human, not one of them. It'd certainly be bad if they suddenly developed this kind of ability. But there you have it. With the tiniest bit of doubt on our prosecutor's ability, good old Guardian wants to make sure this time. He wants you to go up against our friend in court to see if there's any hidden issue with this. Have fun. You think I got any chance of finding an issue? Well, I've yet to visit the scene personally. But you know who we're talking about. You're pretty screwed. Right. I was supposed to give you this. Book? What's this? Basic spell rules and laws. Oh! World building. This is pretty common knowledge, isn't it? You'd think so, but a surprising number of people aren't even aware of these. Just take it. Can't hurt to check if you're rusty sometimes. A foolish fool who doesn't even know the basic laws of this world. I know these! I'd call you out and demand you recite them yourself, but you can just look it up and read it. We all know you're just gonna instantly look them up and pretend you're fluent in them. Oh, you know? That's how I cheat on tests in class! Well, that's kinda smart, I'll admit. I mean, at the end of the day, all that counts is if you wouldn't know these things on the fly. What you do isn't that different from searching your memories, then. I mean, this girl has terrifying potential to appear smarter than she is. Hey, you gonna take it or not? Sure. Spellbook! Add to the court record. Well, I guess I'll follow the investigation and try to do my best. The current project is still going to take some time and testing anyway. Okay. Oh god, there's a lot of information about spells. We're gonna get to that after this. Who's dead? A fellow who went by the name of Titus Ronus. Ring any bells? Should it? It might have. He was a rather important member of the GF. The Guardian Force. Yeah, I knew it. I knew it was the Guardian Force. Bingo. Those fellows that are directly responsible for the old Guardian's well-being. Curious. Those people aren't supposed to go down easy. They definitely shouldn't. Especially this guy. His spell was quite something. Nobody could have taken this guy by surprise, that's for sure. What do we get to know? So you really haven't heard of him. He was pretty much the most well-known of them. Well, time to consider switching newspapers. Thanks, Brushel. His spell, Familiar History, allows him to see into the future. Oh. What? The future? You heard me. Not that far, of course. A spell like that comes with a strong limit to it. Yeah, the stronger the spell, the stronger the limit. Somebody's spell had the ability to destroy the world. There'd probably be so many limits it simply wouldn't be worth it, if even possible. It's almost like somebody's making sure they're balanced. Oh god, don't tell me you're also aboard the conspiracy theory train. Nah, just saying it might be worth looking into. I still don't really understand why we have them. There's still records of a time when where people weren't born with these. Those creatures weren't around, either. You're free to look into it in your own free time. Right now, I'd appreciate it if you focused on your job here. Whoops. So what's the limit? Right. You're able to seek 10 seconds into the future. Well, that's still better than nothing. Oh, he's Doppio. Yeah, shame it wasn't enough there. Killing someone who can see infinitely into the future would probably be impossible, provided they don't allow it. Limited to the next 10 seconds. My epitaph. 10 seconds? You can easily surprise them. Well, aside from that, it should be fairly doable. Okay, who's the defendant? So who's the killer? You're doing it wrong. An attorney needs to believe in their client until the bitter end. It's their greatest weapon. Look. These guys are better at their job than me. It's next to impossible they got it wrong, to be honest. Though I guess you're right. My job here is to play devil's advocate regardless. That doesn't mean I have to actually believe them. I'll see where this takes me. Pure science, the best approach. A defendant is a boy named Nils Gickham. Whoa. A teenager. Did the crime happen outside the walls? What was he doing there? Looks like this lad was the victim's apprentice. His spell was considered valuable enough to be eligible for the Guardian Force. It still seems a little reckless to take him outside. Oh, I suppose he's the one that came back alive. True enough, but I wouldn't be envious. The boy's clearly in denial about what happened. Tried to hide from us, he did. When can I meet with him? Maybe after our little trip to the crime scene. He's still in questioning at the moment. Certain someone is trying to get a proper confession. And this guy couldn't be a killer. That's probably what the Great Guardian thought as well. Old guy's getting soft, sending a letter to someone to try to save a kid. Me, I've seen more depressing things. Sad to say, but it must have been him. Well, looks like I'll have to disagree for the moment. Temporarily. Ray, am I doing it right yet, Miss Expert Attorney? Now that we know our two main actors, probably time to talk about the crime scene. Let's do that then. So, tell me exactly what happened out there. Funny one as always. Like I'd know that yet. Well, we do have a pretty good idea of what went down there in general. Victor was in the middle of some kind of investigation out there. The defendant was willing to share that much. All this happened last night. Going out at night? Kinda risky. Well, they were headed for the city ruins in the west. It's more reasonable than if they were to, say, the ones near the factory in the east. True enough. Despite their glowing eyes, haunters can't see all that well in the dark. Yeah, and it wasn't one of those that did him in. It was his own apprentice. For some reason, he attacked him out there. Heard it was a real ugly mess. He apparently decapitated the guy. Oh, Jesus. Decapitated? How did that teenager even manage that? So what kind of weapon was he using? His spell? Looks like some kind of blade was secured nearby. It's still at the scene, so you'll get to see it soon. So they headed for the West Ruins due to some investigation carried out by the victim. Then his apprentice just pulled out a sword and beheaded him. The truth can be bizarre sometimes, but as far as we know, that's what happened. There's even a witness currently in questioning. Oh, a witness. Out there. Yeah, it's quite the coincidence. We're double-checking it right now. I'm sure you'll be able to talk with him once we're back. Only one witness? Probably the real killer. Ray knows what's up. There's no way that's an actual pattern. Not always. Sometimes it's the attorney himself. Oh, so Ray can read Ace Attorney online, too. Sure, I confess. Ah, truly the Dark Age of the law has still not ended. Dark Age? I won't ask. Well, I'm sure the crime scene will answer all your questions. Is it really safe to go there right now? The area is secured. As in, we made sure there isn't anything dangerous nearby, right now. We don't know how long we'll be this lucky, of course. I suppose we'd better hurry and get a look then. Alright, go on ahead, I'll be right there. When I woke up today, I did not expect I'd be heading outside of all places. Oh right, one last thing. They want me to give you this. This is... Is it really the famed attorney's badge? A pointless formality, of course. I don't really see any reason to have this. Take it! Take it! This badge is sacred. Without the badge, what are you even fighting for? The girl's a funny one, but hey, she's right. No reason not to take it. Feel a little more authentic. It's got nothing on my police badge, of course. Note to self. Badges are more serious business than I thought. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Why are you putting it in your pocket? You're supposed to wear it on your lapel. This would look really weird on my coat. Besides, keeping it in my pocket seems slightly more fashionable. He's defected to the dark side. I took it. Be satisfied. Better just move on and head for that crime scene. Okay. First things first. Gotta get in business. That's the badge I just gave you, isn't it? There's something wrong with it? No. I just wanted to let you know that I'm currently a lawyer. Linus, are you pulling a fast one on me? Well, the truth is, I have no idea why I showed you this. I see. Maybe it's just a thing the badge does to you, huh? I don't know what lawyers used to be like, so I can't say. Let's hope that's not true. I have better things to do than show this thing around. You must show it to everyone. In fact, I'm gonna show it to Ray. Magnificent. You learn quickly. Is there something special about presenting this badge to people? Special? Special? You upstart. You fucking cretin. This is the basic technique. This is literally the only thing you have to do to win, and I'm being completely serious right now. Present badge. Present badge. Present badge. Present badge. Present badge. Present badge. That doesn't sound smart, but sure. This is going to be the level of her expert advice. Just wonderful. Okay. Let's take this moment to read about spells, shall we? What does spell mean? Spell is the short form of special psionic energy lifted liberty. Colloquial terms for the phenomenon include liberty, special SL. Currently, the word spell is the most widespread term. All caps. What are spells? Each human is born with an inherent special ability to manipulate reality in ways that are not explicable by modern physics. These abilities are unique. There have never been two humans with identical spells. Human spell ability generally develops between 6 and 18 years of age. The exact timing seems to vary greatly. Abilities can show up early, before growing into different ones. They are understood to be part of a human's natural growth process. There are records of spells existing roughly 4 centuries ago. Oh. But older documentation seems to indicate that humans previously did not possess this ability. The exact origin of spells are not unknown. Not unknown? Attempted explanation. Not known. I'm blind. Attempted explanations range from natural evolution to intentional gene manipulation. Spell limits. A spell ability is sometimes referred to as the pro, while the limit is referred to as the con. While spell pros seem to have potential to be literally anything, cons tend to be mostly dependent on the pro. Correlation has shown to be proportional. The stronger the ability, the stronger the limit. It's speculated that this is a natural balancing act. Each spell has only one distinct pro. There have been cases of multiple cons to a really strong ability. Natural limits. In addition to the aforementioned cons, there are some known universal limitations to spells. Large-scale use of one spell has shown to leave the user mentally exhausted quickly. It varies from person to person, and the exact spell effects affecting the mass of a house tends to be comparable to sprinting at maximum speed. It will leave most people unable to continue after a few seconds. Just like with physical exercise, mental training might improve one's stamina. Makes sense? Despite the aforementioned infinite diversity of spells, there are several things that have been shown to be impossible. A spell cannot be separated from its user. They seem to be connected to a person's brain on a fundamental level. As such, when someone with the spell to swap anything attempted to swap the spells of two people, it did not work. A similar fashion, spells cannot be duplicated, and any attempts to somehow create a copy of an existing spell proved impossible. How would one even go about trying to make a copy of something like that? If it's something that's, like, inherent to your genes. And even if such a thing were possible, however, it would not be possible to utilize the result, as each person is limited to having only one spell. Destroying a spell without killing the owner is also impossible. Well, there have been ways to temporarily suppress a spell. Spell laws. Any citizen is responsible for the effects caused by their own spells. Even if the result was unintentional or not willingly caused by the person, they will have to be held accountable to guarantee the safety of the town. Privacy clause. Any person retains the right to keep the specifics of their spell private, unless good reason is present to assume said specifics are relevant to a crime. The police may not try to force someone to disclose their spell ability without explicit permission from the Great Guardian. Freedom clause. All humans have the right to leave and enter safe haven, provided they let the gatekeepers identify and keep record of their names via spell identity analysis. However, for safety reasons, it's forbidden to bring anything that did not originate from within the town back inside. Ooh. Wonder if that has something to do with the incident. Aside from that, anything that happens outside town is not subject to laws and prosecution, unless it is a direct crime against one of our citizens. Like this murder we are about to go investigate. We can see this adorable child, who apparently decapitated this friendly-looking man, whose spell is the epitaph portion of King Crimson. You're looking good for your age, Adrian. You seem like a good dude. Respect that. You seem like a mess, Linus. You seem like an absolute mess. Ray is precious. It's absolutely ridiculous, but she is precious. Carrying on. Let's go to the gate. What awaits us at the gate? There's the walls, city walls, the gate. Well, there's our exit into the wide world. Wide and filled to the brim with hostile and dangerous creatures. There's no risk for us, right? There's always a risk. Though if the area has been secured, we should be fine. Probably. They rarely come close to our town anyways. They did 3 months ago, which is why it's suspected that somebody lured them here. Ooh. Oh, hello. Shh, partner. That guy, he's looking at us. He might have been tailing us. No, I'm pretty sure he didn't. He's been standing there the whole time, eyeing people near the gate. It's a stalker! Call the cops! Are you even listening? Hey, Ben. To me, it looks like he's worried about something. He's a little pale, even. So what do we do about him? How about nothing? It's not our business. We have a crime scene to visit, remember? Oh, right. Crime scene. I wonder if it's a locked room. Ray, it's outside. Her attention span is terrible. I wonder if that's another effect of having access to so many documents. Can I present the attorney's badge to no one? Nobody here to even show this to. Examine the house. The area near the wall is full of cheap wooden buildings that all look the same. Only those who can't afford to live further in the center live here. Probably ended up that way because the risk of being caught up in a tragedy is higher here. The majority of these look like they've been built only a while ago. Result of that catastrophic incident, probably. Only made the gap between wealthy and poor even worse. Oh, okay. There's one thing to see here. Can I examine the wall itself? Nope. I assume we're just going to move. Outside! Oh, wow. It actually looks quite lovely out here. It's a beautiful day outside. Birds are singing. Flowers are blooming. Ray, no! On days like these, kids like you. Ray, no. Since when am I the kid? Hashtag experiments. Only children get excited by those. Adults are no longer allowed to get excited by science. Don't you know about the statistics? A kid laughs on average 300 times a day. An adult laughs on average 5 times a day. I'm not sure where you got that from. Though I suppose it's true I've laughed more as a kid. Ah, there you are. So the people at the gate got the message to let you through. Yeah, they seem to recognize us. Hey, you are pretty much the only guy running around in a lab coat all day. True? Anyway, I have no desire to spend more time than I have to out here. Follow me. It'll take about 15 minutes to get there. Alright. Oh, it's a pretty nice view when they aren't around. But we'd better stay away from that forest down in the south there. It's full of stingers hiding between the trees, ready to fling lethal poison at us. There's a reason people call it the Forest of Death, as uncreative as the name sounds. The Forest of Death. The only way out of there is death. Let's go to the crime scene. Holy shit. What? Western City ruins. Yikes. Is that blood? It sure is a mess. Should have expected that. Yeah, he was decapitated. Messy stuff. The corpse has already been brought in earlier. Those white lines mark where the pieces used to be. Lovely. Well, it's time I put my spell to use and help out my guys here. Eh? A spell? I think I remember what it was. What's a spell? I need to know his power level. Well, this might sound confusing without further explanation, but... in essence, his spell allows him to see if a spell has been used on an object. Oh! Spellception? No. No? Well, basically. Spells work via some emission from the brain. We still don't quite understand the process. We call this emission psionic energy, but it's basically a form of energy that can alter reality. Now we're pretty sure it can somehow interact with other dimensions. A lot of stuff would make no sense otherwise. The gist of it is, though, that when this energy is applied to matter, the affected matter will show signs of radiation for about a month. Now this isn't anything that you and I can see. Adrian's eyes, though, they've been permanently altered by a spell, allowing him to perceive the wow, that sentence got butchered horribly. Allowing him to perceive the right wavelengths. This is why he's a good police investigator. Instantly see if a spell has been used to tamper with stuff. Too much info. I even tried to keep it to the basics. You might find his limit more interesting. He doesn't like me sharing it, but... Tell me. Did that get your attention? Of course. He can't see any color. His world is one of black and white. Ah, hence the Godot outfit. Apparently, the only colorful thing is the spell radiation I mentioned earlier. A world of black and white. So simple-minded. He makes more sense to me than you. Let's have a look around while he's busy. What the heck is this? Seriously, what's this supposed to mean? What? Did you find something already? Something? Oh yeah, I found quite something. It makes no sense. Honestly, after checking this corpse earlier, I expected nothing like this. Take it there weren't any traces of the spell use on the corpse. Yeah, the corpse was clean. Definitely killed by strictly conventional methods. Which is why I'm unsure what I've found has anything to do with the case. Well, don't keep us waiting. Just where did you find traces of spell use? See that street over there? There was... 1 second, I'll just add it to the diagram. Oh, we got one of those? Take a look at this. Victim. This is a rough diagram of the area. That's a huge victim. That's the only marker we had. It's not necessarily to scale. From what we can deduce, this place used to have 4 streets leading to it. Well, half of them have collapsed along with the other buildings. Nobody can pass through there anymore. Anyway, I found some traces on the ground. Signs of spell use, I take it. Yeah, normally, but look for yourself. Hi. Oh. Oh, it's a cross. Technically, it's an upside-down cross. Think outside the box. It's a cross if you look at it from our position. Or are you discriminating against people in the north? First of all, this diagram probably doesn't match up with the cardinal directions. Second, you do have a point, but look at exhibit number 2. Hi? Yes, that. Assuming the same person wrote this, you can conclude from what direction we're supposed to look at this. The bottom of the letters face the bottom of the cross, so it's an upside-down cross. Judging from your exchange, you can't take this seriously either. Well, I have no idea what to make of this. Killer leaving such a casual greeting? Kind of an unsettling thought. I got it. Hashtag dying message. That's a dying message. It makes even less sense. Yeah. That only makes sense if the message was bye. Oh, ha! Now that'd be the victim taking it with humor. But no. Remember the victim's spell. Familiar history. Seeded to the future is a passive spell that only applies energy to yourself. You wouldn't have been able to write this kind of message with that. Right. The cross is just equally intriguing, isn't it? This kind of cross used to be a religious symbol. It's upside down, though. That can't be good. I have no idea. Never been much of a history buff. Heck, the only reason I knew about this cross in the first place was because of those stupid rumors, of course. Uh-oh. Stupid rumors? That's right, it's more like a legend at this point. Though the exact story tends to change with the times. Rumors about the outside world. Seeing how we barely explore it, it's no surprise they exist. How did this one go again? Vampires! It's like you could read thoughts. Yeah, this kind of thing shows up in that legend about the vampire. That's, of course, complete nonsense. People just want some sort of explanation for the existence of them. At the moment, the common consensus seems to be that a supernatural entity created them. This entity, which is also controlling them right now, is referred to as the vampire. The actual details of what they can supposedly do vary greatly depending on who you ask. Most seem to agree on a few things, though, like how they have to avoid sunlight and stuff. If I remember correctly, a cross was something that could help fend off this vampire, right? Correct! They can't go near crosses, or else they'll stop sparkling and burn right now. Is that how it works? What about this upside-down cross, then? I don't know. That's like the opposite of what you're supposed to do. Well, the inversion of anti-vampire would be pro-vampire. Please don't tell me you're actually considering that stupid story. Not really. It was just an experiment. A social experiment? What's that even supposed to be? Prank. Well, I hope you won't try that experiment at the trial. I'd feel pretty ashamed for you then. We'll see. Well, as far as I'm concerned, this cross is just some kind of joke. It's a joke. Just a hashtag prank, bro. A prank with a dead body? Gone horribly wrong. The guy freaking dies. Cops called. Well, there's the possibility this is completely unrelated to the murder. There's nothing else strange about the ground these traces are radiating from. So, somebody really just left that message behind. Don't think too hard about it. You'll only get a headache. The only thing giving me headaches here is you. I'll go back to investigating the small stuff. Feel free to look around. Sure. Do we get a diagram, though? Oh, of course. Here. Just take this one. Sweet. And that's exactly what we've seen. Okay, then. Time to see if there are any more clues, whether they point to a vampire or not. There's a suspiciously open door there. Might want to check that out, too, after I'm done here. Alright. I like this. No clues here, just dust and a lot of rubble. Victim's body was found here. Except for the head. What was he doing in this of all places? Not a bad question. It's kind of a corner with not much in it. Well, he might have been moved there. Oh, he was looking around for something. A big stream of blood. Blood that most likely resulted from the murder. Is there way too much? No, this seems about right. A human body usually holds more than 5 liters. If a sudden decapitation took place, this would most likely be the result. This found almost also makes it more or less undeniable that this was indeed the crime scene. Sure is an extreme kill, though. If I didn't know better, I'd have concluded that he simply ran into one of them. And the head? The victim's head was apparently found here. Not sure if heads would actually fly that far. Not the most pleasant thing to think about. Yeah. What's this? A coffin? There seems to be a cross on it, just like the one that the detective found. Except not upside down. Ah, the vampire is loose. Don't look inside. I'm going to open it now. Fool! Don't you realize? Those who disturb them will suffer terrible fates. Before you know it, this will be your burial, and the turnabout will be buried with it forever. It's empty. No notable traces inside. That was disappointing. Suppose I should still keep note of this being at the scene. Okay. Coffin. Rubble. Found the coffin. I think that's all there is to find here. Alright. Let's go to the abandoned house. What? What is that? Somebody here? The guy's relaxing in a chair at a crime scene, like a boss. Seems a little strange he's wearing a paper bag over his head. 0 points, man. You're way off. Yes, that off. At least not off, right? What? Where did this guy come from? I didn't hear him approach at all. What's up? You must be that Linus guy. Correct. Presume you're with the police force, then. Right. Police. Yes, I'm with them. Name's Colin Claret. I'm the department's blood specialist. What? Bloody Colin, they call me sometimes. You should be happy they're not bloody. Yet. Oh, lovely. Can I call the police? This man is the police, I'm afraid. It's just blood. No need to be afraid. I'm not losing my way. Huh? Well, anyway, take it you know what we're doing here. Been told the gist of it. You're going to stain your coat in some bloody trial. Pretty sure it's going to be just a trial, not a trial. Well, I've never seen one, so I wouldn't be able to judge. I feel for you, man, so I'll share all the gory details with you. Is it really that bad? Sorry, man. Welcome to the town of Mire, misery and murder. Very lovely. But we need what info we can get. I don't like this guy. It's a nice badge you got there, it is. I didn't really want to have this, but thanks. Really, man? You're like the only lawyer now. You are. Not really, of course, but still. You'll be able to taste the sweat of blood. The sweat of blood of standing in the courtroom, you will. I hope it won't actually require me to swear or plead. Come on, Linus. You underestimate the intensity of the job. Back in the day, the prosecutors used whips and samurai swords to make their point. What? How far back in the day are we talking? No way it's still that uncivilized now. Wait. This is Ray I'm talking to. Shouldn't take what she says at face value anyway. Oh, Ray. Okay. Suppose, when we come back, we'll talk more with this very strange man. And just jam out to this song a little bit first. I dig it.